Hey everyone, today I'm going to be on my shelf, number 3, and showing you some books that I have and talking about them. In my last on my shelf video, which I will link, I said that I wasn't going to wait a year to do this. I lied. But here we are, and let's talk about some books. The Hunger Games Mockingjay by Susan Collins, the final book in the trilogy. I really don't know what to say about this. Stephanie Meyer is phenomenal. It feels like such a long time ago that this happened. I read this, I think, just before I started doing BookTube, which was a long time ago. I think like 5 years ago. This is Harry Potter. I like this edition. I really don't know what to say about this. Oh! I have a video, and it's a haul of this edition of the series, and it's my most watched video on... it's my most watched video, and I still get comments now. Like, I get comments from that video every now and again saying things, and it's sort of annoying because I can't do anything about it. Like, it's like, thanks for the critique, but like, it's been like 4 years or something. But something that people say every once in a while is that what does the inside of the book look like, and I wish that I had done that in the video. I should have. So I'm now going to show you inside of this book. It's been a couple years, but there's a map. It looks like this. It's quite nice. And then also, people ask if there's illustrations. There's not, but there are like little stars over the titles, the chapter titles. 3, 4, 5. Ooh! Oh my gosh. Okay. Really big books I'm talking about. This is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I want to read it, but it's like really far away. Like, it feels like. I don't feel like I'm gonna pick it up soon, but I really want to read it this year. I also, though, want to read Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit this year, so we'll see. Maybe I'll read this before that, because that's a lot. But this is something that I need to read eventually. It is... I just saw some illustrations in this. It is a book that I really want to get to because I haven't watched the movie yet. I haven't even seen the trailer, and I would really like to. And also, I would really like to read this and to see why people love it so much, so maybe I should, like, bump it up my TBR list, because maybe this was like fate, you know, maybe this was meant to be. Oh dear. Okay, this is the next book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in a different edition. This is my hardback edition, and it's the first edition I got, and it's red. I really don't have anything to say about this, other than that it's pretty and it's red, and I think I have like an old like, profile picture where I was holding this book, possibly. Type E, A Peep at Polynesian Life by Herman Melville. This was my first Melville. I can't remember it very well, like, vaguely. I can remember studying it. I am pretty sure I finished it, which was rare, because most of the books that I, like, studied I would not finish. It says at the back, is also a fast-moving adventure tale. Fast-moving. Who decided that fast-moving was the right description? But yeah, it was interesting. I can't remember this. There are post-it notes in here. This post-it note says symbolism, fade away. Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I have not read this, although I would really like to because it's one of her shorter novels. And I really don't know anything about it. I've only read 2 Austen books, which are Sense and Sensibility and the one where there's a letter. Persuasion. I've read Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility. So this would probably be the next book that I would pick up from her because it's the shortest. Northanger Abbey was her first completed novel, but published posthumously in 1818. So yeah, I really like the red on this also, so I love the feel of Penguin English Library and just how they look. At the top, I'll do like a cutaway. It looks nice together, so yeah. Those in Peril by Wilbur Smith. Taken, Tortured, Ransomed. I think it's like a ransom kidnapping boat situation, because there's a boat and helicopters. There's a map of Ethiopia, Sudan, Kenya, Uganda, Somalia. I kept on seeing Wilbur Smith books on sale, and I asked my mom, and she knew who he was, and she was like, he's a pretty good author. And so I was like, hey, let's buy a book from him and read it, possibly, and it's on sale. And I kept seeing his books on sale, so I was like, if I like him, then I can buy more books on sale. I haven't read this, haven't really even thought about reading it. Maybe I should, like, pass it along. I don't know. But yeah, here we are. King's Rising by C.S. Pacat. This is the epic conclusion to the Captive Prince trilogy, and it's an Australian author as well. It's a fantasy series about two princes from enemy kingdoms, Laurent and Damon, and there's a romance between the two of them. One of them gets captured and brought to the other kingdom, and they're, like, captured there, and then a romance happens. I liked this book. It was my favorite out of the trilogy, and I felt the most strong. But the first book was interesting, and I think it's a little bit, like, controversial-ish. A lot of people really love it, and a lot of people really don't. It isn't very strong in terms of the writing, and in terms of the structure and how unique it is. And also, there's a lot of sex. It's sort of set in a harem in the kingdom, so there's a lot of sex. There's pedophilia happening, there's, like, rape, I think, happening, and people have said that it's not erotica and that it's not BDSM, but it definitely has that feel to it, and there's just so much sex happening. And the thing I liked about the second book so much was the writing got stronger, but also there was less sex. It felt like a normal fantasy that was happening. Like, there was, like, adventure, and no one was having, like, there was still sex, but it wasn't as much. It was just, I was not expecting it, and it was a lot. So yeah, those are the books on my shelf. If you want me to, what was that? If you want me to do this video again, definitely leave some coordinates in the comment section below, because eventually, probably a year from now, I will do it again, and it's really fun. So yeah, definitely leave some coordinates. If you have any, like, stories or things to say about the books that I mentioned, let me know as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.